Hi, my name is Kyle Shigekuni, and this is the Kava Vibes podcast, where we'll explore the rich island cultures and therapeutic wonders revolving around this ritualistic beverage we call kava. Join me as we blend historical with contemporary, the traditional with the scientific, and together sip from the ceremonial cup of wisdom. Sponsored by Drink Root Kava, connoisseurs of exquisite and rare island kava since 2015. Take flight on your own adventure at drinkroot.com. So whether it's holiday time or you're looking to get a start on your healthy New Year's resolutions by cutting down on the booze, everybody should keep a few quick non-alcoholic cocktail recipes ready. Now maybe you stumbled into kava to ease your anxiety. Perhaps you even had a stint of alcoholism like yours truly. Maybe you're not an alcoholic, but you're just looking for a safer alternative to relax at the end of the day with. Whatever your reason for getting into kava, I commend you. It's seriously not easy to quit the most addictive and widely accepted drug in the world, which is alcohol. Trust me, I've been there, battling the temptations, especially during times celebrating with family and friends. So how does one navigate these times, savoring the season without succumbing to the delectable boozy devil? Well, lucky for you, I've cracked the code on spicing up your evenings with some quick and easy festive cocktails. A nice complex cocktail has its place and time, but the holidays is not one of them. There's nothing more frustrating than trying to whip up a tasty sipper or batching your favorite kava brew, only to find 5 cousins queued up for a taste test, thus leaving you with one drink for yourself and another 4 hours watching people slam that delicious Cab Franc that Uncle Louie got from his visit to Napa last year. You need something simple, something you can effortlessly scale up or down. Which means, unless you're having a proper ceremony with your fam, which I'm all for, you're probably gonna need instant kava. Here, I have a few dehydrated juice instant kavas. These are pre-batched, filtered, and dehydrated down, so you just can add it to any beverage. Depending on how you're feeling or what you're looking for, you'll want to select a certain style. We'll go over that in another video on how to do this, but for now, let's focus on these ones because they work well with these cocktails. This is one we call the raw epicure. It's blended just for these occasions to be used as a social lubricant without getting you too sleepy. Just be careful about how much you drink, as it tends to make me stumble over my words. If you're looking for something with a little bit more heft but won't last during the entire dinner, something like the beer car is where you're at. And if you're thinking something for a little more of a lift in your mood with a wide eye opening kind of experience, I would recommend something very exquisite like the KLI. To match drinks, more lighter flavors like the cerebral style of kavas tend to go well with these more refreshing drinks. Some of the sedative styles like Burkar, Borgoru, or Arstatero or Connoisseur is a little bit more peppery, so I reserve it more for things like a pina colada or a chocolate smoothie. But play with it, have fun with it. Each type of powder blends slightly differently for the different cocktails, depending on the viscosity. Here, I'm gonna go over some simple margaritas, daiquiris, coladas, mules, and some custom spritzers, all with cheap and easy to find mixers that you can get at any local grocery store. First off, the Kava Margarita. This is the easiest to make by far and has 3 ingredients: margarita mixer, instant kava, and ice. This is a generic margarita mixer I picked up for $6.99 for a pack of 4 at the grocery store. You can get a large bottle of it for the same price, but honestly, I enjoy the flavor of kava and I couldn't justify wasting an entire bottle, so I grabbed these small cans because they'll last longer. Drop in a scoop or 2 of your instant kava of your choice. Here, we're using the raw epicure. For one drink, I'll use about half a can of it, which is about 4 ounces of margarita mix. Mix it up, drop in some ice and a straw. Pro tip, straw is important here because instant kava tends to settle in cold drinks, so the straw helps to keep the good bits before they get stuck in the ice as you sip it. You can turn it into a quick spritzer with some sparkling water on top. It takes out the sugar bite of the margarita mix and adds a bit more of a refreshing finish. This is actually my favorite non-traditional way to drink kava and my go-to when I'm introducing kava to people who are adverse to flavors like peppers or spice. I highly recommend you try it. You can also easily batch this style out as well as a few of the other ones in a bottle in a concentrated form. You can shake it up and then pour it onto your ice whenever you need refills. Second is the Daiquiri. Here again is a generic mixer I picked up at the grocery store for $6.50. Big spender. Same situation as before. Drop in a scoop or 2 of your instant kava of choice. For one drink, I'll use about 2 ounces of mix, which is 1 double shot glass here. Mix it up. This one was in the fridge, so it thickened up a little bit. I'm trying to use the least amount of utensils here, but I had to call in for reinforcements this time. If you keep it more room temperature, it'll probably be fine and mix easier. Once it's fully mixed, drop in some ice and a straw. I recommend the sparkling water on this one in the end because it tends to run a little sweeter than a margarita. Pro tip, this is from a soda stream. If you're using sparkling water a lot and you have a soda stream, stop getting ripped off by those tiny charging bottles. Invest in an industrial CO2 tank. Upfront cost for the adapter with a tank core about $80, but I've been using the same tank for almost 3 years and I still haven't dusted it. Refills are between $40 to $50. We've gone through at least a couple hundred bottles and it's still going strong. Next is a Mojito. I've actually never tried this before because I didn't drink Mojitos a lot, but it ended up tasting really good. The mint flavor pairs really nicely with the raw Epicure blend. And truthfully, the only reason I have this bottle is because I mistook it for a margarita mixer this morning. So it ended up being a pleasant surprise. Same simple story, but this time you pour 4 ounces of mixer into a glass, which is about 2 double shot glasses. Pour in 1 to 2 scoops of instant kava, mix well, add ice, and enjoy. Of course, you can always add soda on top for that multi-dimensional experience. Pro tip, you're probably noticing I'm mixing the instant kava in the mix first. This is important because the instant kava powder is a dehydrated juice which needs to rehydrate itself in order to emulsify back into the drink. What happens is if you change the order around and pour sparkling water onto the powder first, then the powder tries to pull the moisture out of the sparkling water, which releases the CO2 gas bonds that were pressurized in the tank, which means it'll react and foam up out of your cup. Plus your drink ends up flat, which is lame. Next is the Moscow Mule. Moscow Mules are technically lime juice and ginger beer, and they usually use vodka. Here I'm using the juice from 1 fresh lime. Pour 1 ounce of lime juice or margarita mix into a glass, which is about half a shot glass. Pour in 1 to 2 scoops of instant kava, mix well, make sure to emulsify the instant dehydrated juice before you add the ginger beer. On goes the ice and ginger beer on top. Slowly stir. Traditionally, this is done with lime juice only, but you can use margarita mix and it adds a little bit more of a sweetness. This makes a pretty fresh margarita mule, and it's delicious. The Kava Kombucha. This is a little less traditional, but I still enjoy it. Pour 1 shot glass of water or fruit juice into a glass. Pour in 1 to 2 scoops of instant kava mix. Here I'm using the K-Lai. Mix well, add ice, and add kombucha on top. If you're a kombucha drinker, you already know to pour slowly and to try not to disturb the sediments. I tested this one with water and I'm wishing that I used one of the mixers instead like I usually do, as this kombucha wasn't very sweet. Now you can't have the holidays without cranberry juice, and so here's a cranberry fizz. I rarely make this one, but I've done it before, so I figured to include it here. Pour in cranberry juice, 1 to 2 scoops of kava of your choice, throw it on ice and stir. You can use either sparkling water, ginger beer, or lemon lime soda to top it off and make it a bit fizzy. Lastly, if you're looking for a real treat, we have the pina colada. You can go the same route as the previous ones, but I prefer frozen pina coladas. Pour ice, pina colada, 1 to 2 scoops of your instant kava and blend. Remember to put the powder in after you pour in the colada mix, otherwise you'll end up with powder stuck to the walls of your blender. It will be sweet, but the ice will help balance it out. I added a little cranberry juice here for color. If you have grenadine syrup, that works too. It's delicious. Watch out for that sugar hangover though. Well folks, that wraps up our journey into these simple kava cocktails. I hope you found a little liquid magic to sprinkle into your festive moments. Remember, simplicity is key during these times. No need for these fancy mixology acrobatics. The goal is to keep it easy, enjoyable, and shareable. Because let's face it, no one wants to spend their holiday playing bartender while the rest of the crew is gulping down the good stuff. So from our family to yours, here's to a season filled with warmth, laughter, and just the right amount of kava kick to make those moments truly memorable. Until next time, stay festive, stay easy, and of course, stay rooted. Cheers.